So quiet. I know, so quiet. Everyone's muted now. I'm just waiting for the link. Okay, so. Okay, so I believe we are live. Just going to mute this. Jess, oh, there we go. We are live now. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, I just want to welcome everyone to the RTC online conference. This panel is Witches, Magically Delicious Stories. It's going to run from 4:30 to 5:30. And with us today, we have Jenn Thompson. We have Alexa Gregory. We have Viola Grace. We have Marianne Morea. And we have, yeah, I got it right because I've been screwing up your last name the last panel. Sorry about that, but I got it right today, so that's good. I've got Eva Chase and I have Elle Boon. Hi, everyone. I will be your moderator today. My name is Ludvica. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and to write your question in the chat, the live chat that's going on. I will be monitoring it and I'll be trying to get to every one of your questions as I can. If the question is specific to an author based on a specific book, please let me know which author to direct it to and what book it is, and I'll be happy to ask. If you have any other comments for the authors, I'll try to relay them as quickly as I can. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy it. And I guess to start, how about we'll do a round and you guys can, the authors can introduce themselves and tell us what you write, where you're calling in from, and how things are going so far. So let's start with Jenn. Would you like to start?
Why do I always get picked on first?
You're the
Hi,
first
everybody.
one on the screen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenn Thompson, J. Thompson. I'm calling from the Midlands in Stoke-on-Trent, Midlands, UK. It's 9:30 at night here, hence the hoodie and the really dodgy look. I write paranormal romance and sci-fi romance. My paranormal romance has some witches in, which is why I'm here. I'm obsessed with cake and biceps. I am a perv. Happy to say, ask anybody who knows me. Yeah, so that's me. So hi.
Thank you, Jenn. Alexa, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us what you write and if you like cake.
Hi, I'm Alexa Gregory. I'm calling in from Ottawa, Ontario in Canada. I write paranormal romance. I'm hoping to do a bit of contemporary, but maybe I'll wait until the end of the world decides to end. I write witches. Actually, my latest series is all about a witching family called the Dreads. So that's probably why I'm here. And I do like cake, but only the ice cream variety, oddly enough. So that's me.
I have to agree with you. I do love a good ice cream cake, especially in the summertime. All right. Viola, would you like to go next? Tell us a little bit about what you write and where you're calling from.
Okay. I'm Viola Grace. I'm calling in from, or projecting in from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I write a lot of paranormal, a lot of science fiction, usually with a thick thread of comedy running through it. And I just had a recent release, Bride of the Witch King. So witches were very much on my mind recently. Ta-da! Oh, and Jenn, oh my God, Stoke-on-Trent, that's where they did the Great Pottery Throwdown. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh, the excitement. Marianne, would you like to go next? Tell us what you write, where you're writing from.
Sure. My name is Marianne Morea, and I am coming to you live from New York, about 30 miles outside of New York City. And witches and witchcraft and everything wonderful about that has been a part of my life since I was about 16 years old, and I first read Drawing Down the Moon. I have been in the past a practitioner. So everything that's in my books is from the time that I spent as a member of a coven. So, you know, it is real. I mean, I have left that part of my life behind me to a certain extent. But you know, and when you have searches, you go anywhere to find answers, right? So besides, it was always, anything paranormal has always been part of my world. So witches are very much a part of a lot of my books. Yeah, so that's me.
Thank you. Let's go to Eva. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you write, where you're writing from?
Hi, everyone. I'm Eva, and I'm calling in from Toronto, Ontario in Canada. I write paranormal romance and urban fantasy, mostly of the reverse harem variety, so I'm all about why choose. My heroines get to have all the guys. And I have a few different series with witches or other magic users. I have my Witches Consort series and the Royals of Villain Academy series, which is about a magical academy. And I also have a non-reverse harem trilogy that's called Legends Reborn, in which the heroine is a female reincarnation of the wizard Merlin. So I come at it from all different angles.
Wow.
And yeah, I really enjoy writing about magic and all the interesting possibilities that come up with that.
Oh, fantastic. Thank
Can I
you.
interrupt 1 second?
Sure.
Only because I got so caught up with telling everybody about the fact that I was a witch that I forgot to tell people what I write. So I do write urban fantasy, paranormal romance, and most of my stuff tends to be a little bit on the dark side. I do have a YA series called the Legend series, which is based in Sleepy Hollow, New York, which is, you know, in the Sleepy Hollow country, which is around where I live. And there are blood witches that are in that. And I have witches and fae in my Red Veil Diaries, which is an erotic romance offshoot of my Cursed by Blood series, which is vampires, weirs. And there's even a witch in the last book in that series, which is of blood and magic. So anyway, we're and a witch getting together. So yeah, it's okay. So now I'm caught up. Bye.
Fantastic. Thank you. And last but not least, Elle, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you write and where you're writing from? And there you go. You're
Yeah, there we go. I was like, where did I go? Okay. Well, I'm Elle Boon, and I write a little bit of everything because I'm a little crazy. So right now I'm writing a witch series, well, about a witch, and the title is really weird, but it's for Robin Peterman's Magic and Mayhem series. So it's called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe Mishap. So it's a little play on that because my lion gets played a trick on. So when he shifts, he wears sparkly booty shorts because so anytime he shifts, he's getting these little booty shorts, and he kind of likes him because he's a lion with a long mane. So it's cute. So it's my first like real witch. Like I write paranormal, so I have fays and all kinds of paranormal gods and goddesses, and I make up a lot of shit, and I like to make up words, and I cuss a lot, so my people do that a lot. And I write MC series and contemporary firemen, so I'm like everywhere. Reverse kind of harem a little bit maybe, but not quite called that. But yeah, I'm all over the place. As long as there's an HEA, I'm not a cliffhanger girl. So you're always going to get that at the end. I know people do it. People love it, but I can't do it.
Personally, I can't handle it.
I can't. I'm instant gratification. Like I buy flowers that are done that I can put in the ground. Like no, I'm not. Greenhouse girl. No.
Unless you got the whole series out and I can go and binge, I cannot go off and hit cliffhanger. I can't even do it with Netflix. I got to see the whole thing, binge all the way.
I think that's why I don't do series or things because I don't want to wait till next week. Don't give me the Bachelor bullshit because.
I completely agree with you, Elle. Thank you. I'm just going to, I believe it was Marianne, you had talked about being a Wiccan at one point, and someone asked a question. Ellie asked, why no longer a Wiccan?
That's kind of a complicated, I have a complicated answer to that. It's because I was always interested in nature-based religion, and also just the history of Celtic witches, and, which is really strange because I'm not Celtic. My family is, we're of an Italian descent, and, I found afterwards that there is actually Italian witchcraft called the Stregheria, which is different in the sense that whereas the Celtic version is black or white, the Wiccan read is, and it harm none, do what ye will. But in Italian witchcraft, it's kind of a gray area, where it has to do with family. You can dabble in the dark a little bit to protect your own. So I kind of like that. But I left what I was doing because the coven that I was involved with was just as dogmatic as any church. And I didn't particularly like the fact that the head witch had a kiss her ring type of an attitude, even though she tried to portray herself as otherwise. So I decided it was better for me just to be a solitary and kind of form my own blend of spirituality. So, but I need to give a shout out to Elle, because I am also going to be in the Magic and Mayhem universe. I have a book that's coming out in Robin's World 2 in June, and it is called Big Girls Don't Scry. So, which is kind of cool. So, and I have a little bit of my own background from my own witchcraft life in it too. So it's not quite as Berman Google shit's delicious, which is like some of the words, one of the characters that she made up. But it's there's humor in it, but it's more of a suspense. So anyway, I hope I answered your question.
I think you did. Thank you very much. We've got another question actually from Nikki. And we'll go through each one of the authors because this is for anybody. Was there a form of media that got you hooked on witches or other paranormals? Or did you want to become one growing up? Jenn, do you want to start?
Thank you. Can I just say I've got a story in the Magic and Mayhem universe out in June as well.
Yay!
With water with a Tourette's pigeon and handsy krakens.
Did you say
leave it there?
A Tourette's
pigeon called Binky, and he's boss-eyed as well. There you go.
I love it.
My inspo for witches is I loved Practical Magic, the film. Adore it. Can't get enough of it. Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah.
Feminine power. And then I met my best friend, who's Amanda, who lives in South Africa, and she's a Wiccan. And now she showed me that every woman has a little bit of Wiccan in them. I found I have affinity for gemstones and crystals. I have a lot of them everywhere. And I also now do runes. I'm done a diploma in it. So, but different books also got me into it as well. It was initially those films when I was younger that drew me in and were like, look, we've got power, and it's not nasty power, it's empowering yourself as a woman. So that's what kind of drew me into it. And then obviously my best friend just cemented it for me, really.
Fantastic. I loved Practical Magic also. That was one of my favorites.
It is. It's one of my top all-time films, that one.
Perfect. Alexa, would you like to comment on that? What got you sort of involved in wanting to write about witches?
So when I was a kid, I was the weird child that read encyclopedias for fun. And it just so happens that it was an illustrated version. It was like a full set, but there was a lot about the Spanish Inquisition and witchcraft in it. And I was like, well, this is amazing. And that's what kind of got me hooked. And then when I was in high school, I also became a Wiccan